Hello, Heather here. I am the owner of Ewe Ewe Yarns, if you haven't been here before. And today, the next episode in our lace knitting series is, do you need to knit lace with a lace weight yarn? I know this is kind of a confusing thing in the knitting world, that there's a specific weight of yarn called lace weight, but you don't have to knit lace in that specific weight. Lace weight yarn is almost one of the thinnest hand knitting yarns made. And we don't knit that thin all that often, and especially not here at Ewe Ewe Yarns. So today I am here with 8 projects to show you how to knit lace in anything but lace weight yarn. So to kick it off, we'll go from the thinnest projects that we have, and we use our fluffy fingering yarn, which is an all merino. All of our yarns are merino yarns here, and I have 2 beautiful projects to show you. So a fun way to knit lace could be with these sweet little socks. These are called the U Heart socks, and they are adorned with the sweetest little heart motif that goes all the way down the leg and foot. And they're just so cute and charming. But you can see how sweet lace can turn out on something like socks. So adorable in a little bit thicker of a yarn, a fingering weight yarn. And keeping on fingering weight, we also have this gorgeous shawl. This is called SPYTACULAR, and it is knit by a designer called Megan Schmaltz, and she designed the SPYTACULAR using our fluffy fingering yarn. And this shawl is knit with 2 colors, the soft sage, and then there's this beautiful forest fern border. But you can see how these little eyelets of lace really pop out with our yarn. It's just such a cool shawl and such a great shape, perfect size to wrap around, small enough to tuck under a jacket, light enough to knit all year round and wear all year round, because it just adds that little layer of warmth, especially with this nice open work fabric. And look at that sweet, adorable picot edge. So this is called SPYTACULAR, and we have yarn kits available on our website for this project. So I will, of course, have all the links for everything down below, so you can click there. That is SPYTACULAR. And then moving a little thicker up to sport weight. So this would be considered a number 2 yarn in the Craft Yarn Council scale. It is a little bit thicker than our fingering weight. You can see just a bit thicker, which does change how it looks in a project, but it doesn't change whether or not it's good for lace. So take a big, beautiful baby blanket. How cool is this? And how great does lace look on a big, beautiful section of knitting like this? This is called the Buttercup Baby Blanket. And you can see it has this really pretty honeycomb stitch across the main part of the blanket. And then there's a basket weave border, and it's wrapped with a seed stitch border too. Such a great project. Beautiful lace weight. Or not lace weight. Beautiful lace project without being lace weight. So you get a nice drape from the lace, but it's a lot more fun and fast to knit in our sport weight yarn. This is using color Lemon Chiffon. So pretty for any little one. And our next project is another lace pattern that I totally adore. This is called the Rush Cowl. It's so cute because if you're looking to learn how to knit lace, this is the perfect project to do it, because you're only ever knitting like a 1-inch section of lace. You know, it's not a big, huge section of lace that you're like, if you make a mistake, you don't know what you're gonna do. This is like tiny little snippets of lace. Like, okay, I can make it through this, or if I can't, if I mess up, okay, I only have to go back to this garter stitch section. So super easy, super achievable way to learn and knit lace. It uses 2 balls of our sport weight yarn, 1 of each color. And we have yarn kits for this one available too. But like I said, it is a free knitting pattern. So you can download this at the link below. And then if you want to get a yarn kit for it, you can follow that link too. But it's such a great little project to try lace, especially for the first time. Or if you're on the go all the time, or you like to have a project in the car, this is a really good one because it's not so big and overwhelming. I know a bunch of people that have made a ton of them because they're just so fun. So, highly recommend the Rush Cowl. Go and grab that one. Then next up, we move to worsted weight, which, here we are. We're getting a little bit thicker. I'll show you in comparison. So we started with our fingering weight, then we got a little thicker with the sport, and now we're getting even a little bit thicker still with the worsted. Really pretty yarns. As you can see, great stitch definition for these types of projects. But let me show you another beautiful project designed by Megan Schmaltz of the Unapologetic Knitter. This is actually a pattern that is on our Ewe Ewe Yarns line, but it is all her creation and it is incredible. This gorgeous shawl is called Tilted Tiles, and it uses 5 colors of our woolly worsted yarn. You can see this is the green version, but I also have kits in blues and purples. Oh, I have one that's like this kind of cool like saffron and browns. It's like, you'll have to go look at the kits. But anyway, look how gorgeous the lace can look as we're getting into a chunkier, bigger stitch. Like, I don't know. I think it looks so cool when you take something that you think is supposed to be delicate like lace, and then you just work it larger and larger, and it can have such a gorgeous effect. Like in the case of Tilted Tiles. Oh, my dog's down there. So, 2 balls of 5 colors. You can put together your own ideas, or like I said, check out the yarn kits down below for even more color ideas. And you can always use my yarn kits as a jumping off point. You know, say you want to end your shawl with black instead of charcoal. Just switch out the colors that you add to your cart. Perfect. But this is Tilted Tiles in worsted weight yarn. And then my other worsted weight pattern here is a sweet little cowl. This is one I designed called the Snowfall Cowl. This is also a free knitting pattern from our Quick and Easy collection. Super cute, just one big button, and this cowl transforms into a nice little neck warmer. It's just sits just right. You got that nice big button. Maybe it goes this way. Oh, no, I had it right before. You got that nice big button, and it just sits so nicely. you know, will tuck into the opening of your jacket. So you can fluff it up however you want. But really, the best part about this is that it's just knit flat like a regular scarf. So there it is, the snowfall cowl. So you use 3 balls of our woolly worsted again. This was in the sapphire color. This is Iris Blossom that I have here, which would also look incredible in this. Actually, any color, you can't go wrong really with this. So you just knit this little scarf and then you put a big button on it, and you don't even have to knit an extra buttonhole because it already has them. So you just tuck the button through and there you go. Makes a great cowl. And this is also a free pattern from our Quick and Easy collection called the Snowfall Cowl. Link will be right down below. And we do have yarn available for this one too, of course. So this is just a great little pattern, one of my favorites. There you go, you can see. So, perfect pattern to download and give our yarn a try. So we've made it through fingering weight. Ooh, getting a little crazy. So we've made it through fingering weight, sport weight, worsted weight, and then now we're going to move up to bulky weight. Whoa. It's bouncy skates. I can't hold on to them. So you can see, we'll just take 2 since they're being so feisty. So you can see from our thinnest weight up here to our thickest weight. So now we'll talk about Baba Bulky and the projects, 2 projects in that. This is a number 5 Chunky Bulky on the Craft Yarn Council, and I have 2 great projects in that, one being a beautiful baby blanket and hat set. Let's see if I can get this. I keep the hat attached so that I don't lose it. So here you go. Ah, I love this one. I call it the ZZZ with a topper. So it has this nice little kind of fake brioche mistake rib section at the bottom, and then we work into this cathedral lace, which is a lot of fun to work, but you can see those big stitches make big eyelets and it just looks so cool. And then the little hat coordinates with this section down here. It just looks so cute. So this uses 4 balls to make the blanket and the hat of our Baba Bulky. And I'll put links to the pattern down below. Such a nice set. I made this one in berry. I think the pattern shows one in red. So great for anybody. And the last one I want to show you is one of my favorites. We called it the Marmalade Dream because it is a big squishy orange dream scarf. There you go. So this awesome project also uses 4 balls of Baba Bulky, and it's just a cool, big, bias knit scarf that you can wear. Oh, I love this thing. But you can see how the lace just looks so cool as you knit it bigger and chunkier. So we can go from the thin lace, delicate feel up to lace that's big and chunky and squishy. And none of it using lace weight yarn. So ton of fun. I hope you found a project you might like here. And if you have any questions or any comments, you can leave them down below and I will get back to you. We also have this love note sweater that I made a video on if you would like to take a look about that. It has a beautiful lace panel too. Fun project to use Ewe Yarns for. So yeah, I hope you'll give lace knitting a try with one of our squishy, bouncy merino yarns. Thanks for stopping by today.